Hello everyone, and welcome to Galaxy 89 Cars. Today, thanks to the team at Mercedes-Benz Ascot, I'm bringing you an in-depth tour of a 2018 Mercedes-Benz A-Class. With the new A-Class, Mercedes have aimed to develop a car that is a clear leader in the compact class. It is being marketed to young and old alike, with its youthful yet mature design, and is packed full of luxury, refinement and technology, with the all-new Mercedes-Benz User Interface, that I will elaborate on in more detail later. The new A-Class is said to have C-Class driving characteristics and S-Class technology and safety. The sentiment of a more grown-up car extends out from the text and practically into the increased size of the new model. The car is now 4,419mm long, longer by 120mm, 1,796mm wide, wider by 16mm, with a reduced and claimed class-leading drag coefficient. Before we can see the engine, we must first unlatch it. This can easily be done by pulling the lever to the right of the driver's footwell. To the front of the bonnet is a small catch that needs to be pushed to the right. Once done, the bonnet can easily be lifted up. It is self-supported on a single strut. There are currently 9 engine configurations available, ranging from 180 SE to 220 AMG line petrol, 136 brake horsepower to 224 brake horsepower, and 180 SE to 180 AMG diesel, this being an A180D AMG line. This A180D AMG line is fitted with a 4-cylinder 1.5-litre diesel engine. It produces 116 brake horsepower and 192 foot-pounds of torque, and is developed on the engine produced by the Renault-Nissan partnership. This powertrain produces a 0 to 62 mph or 100 km/h time of 10.5 seconds, and a top speed of 126 mph. At the rear are the dual exits for the exhaust system that uses AdBlue to clean the car's emissions. The car is sitting on front and rear 18-inch 5-spoke alloy wheels, which are the only option for this model. Braking power is provided by standard discs at each corner, but a new adaptive braking system adds safety features such as altering the brake bias split, priming, and attention assist that alerts the driver if erratic driving is detected. Stability is provided by McPherson front suspension and torsion beams at the rear, although the A250 petrol has rear multi-link suspension for a more solid and stable driving experience. Now we've finished the model overview, we can start the exterior tour from front to back. The front bumper and air intakes have been heavily remodelled. What were integrated side intakes are now standalone and are intersected by 2 small canals or wings, with a subtle wing section running at the bottom. The lower intake has grown and has now merged into the gap above that previously connected the side intakes. These intakes feed cool air into the front-mounted engine bay. Moving laterally, there is now a small vent in front of the front wheel arch that acts to smooth airflow coming into the front of the car. Moving up, the diamond grille has remained. The headlights have been redesigned, gaining a far more defined, angular tick daytime running LED. These are the standard high-performance LED and halogen headlights, but an adaptive multi-beam option is also available that adds another LED array consisting of 18 individual LEDs in front of the main beam and can adapt to suit driving conditions in real time, such as beam length, angle and direction. These headlights are finished with the Mercedes-Benz logo on top. Moving further back, we find the bonnet with its dynamic lines on either side that run back from the very front of the car. Much of the design language here is very similar to the previous model. The windscreen is behind with 2 wiper blades. Now moving to the side, we find less angular design language. The optional folding wing mirrors with integrated indicators have been made a lot smoother and more rounded than before. The top bodyline now runs the entire length along the side, rather than dipping down. Below, the door handles indicate towards the car's keyless entry and go system, with a small indent. Below these, the lower bodyline now also runs the length of the side, rather than dramatically rising up as it did before. There is also a subtle side skirt running under these. Moving up to the top of the car, the roof is smooth and slopes gradually to the rear. Below and on the left side here is the fuel tank flap. The lid can be easily opened with a light depress. The standard tank has a capacity of 43 litres, but a 51-litre tank can be spec'd. The A180D has a combined MPG estimate of 67.3. The AdBlue tank can also be refilled here. Moving up, the slight rear spoiler remains with a slim LED brake light array integrated into the rear. Moving to the rear of the car, the rear window with the gloss black struts on either side can also be found in the previous model. Once again, there's a single rear wiper with a small Mercedes-Benz logo. The rear lights have seen quite a significant redesign. In the previous model, they featured 2 angular brake light arrays split by a reverse light. But here, they have a far more smooth, integrated design that wraps around the side of the car with the reverse array below. Below this, we once again see the more curvaceous design language of the new A-Class in its rear bumper. There are now 2 reflectors above the exhausts, and the lateral air vents are now wide and smoother than before. At the very bottom, the smooth component has now been replaced by this rather aggressive diffuser. Now we've finished the exterior tour, we can move inside. The key has also been redesigned and is now constructed from aluminium and plastic with controls to lock and unlock. The door handle pulls up and the door opens easily. The new A-Class has had a significant interior overhaul, once again with the aim of being the compact class leader. This AMG line features black extended Artico leather and dynamic and microfiber upholstery, with red piping and contrast stitching. We can now start the in-depth interior tour with the doors. The top of the door is upholstered in black leather with the lock indicator further along. Being the AMG line, the central panel is upholstered in dynamic and microfiber, with the optional longitudinal grain aluminium trim option and optional heated seats. Dual red contrast stitching takes us from the start of the now solid armrest to the exterior electric mirror and interior window controls, door release and lock and unlock controls above, and the new door handle. Below is a door storage area and first door speaker. On the sill is the optional illuminated sill panel. Being a compact or entry-level hatchback, ingress and egress was simple, although at first the driver's side feels a little tight. Now moving inside, we first find, from front to left, the parking brake and controls for the exterior lights and cruise control. Above is the first newly developed manually adjustable air vent. The new handle is easy to grasp and pull the door in with. As this is the AMG line, it comes with aluminium to the sides and bottom of the steering wheel, contrast stitching around the inside, and perforated leather to the 9 and 3 positions. The controls to the left of the wheel are to operate the main infotainment system and for calls and talk. The controls to the right are to control the driver's screen ahead. As the premium pack has been chosen in this model, the standard 7-inch screens have been upgraded to 10.25-inch displays. With the new Mercedes-Benz User Interface, there is a significant amount of opportunity to customize the digital loadout. In this model, the screen is broken into 3 customizable sections. Display alteration mode and the attention monitor can be found centrally. A trip can be pulled up that starts with the car's assistance options, telephone connectivity, navigation which has 3 central display options and can be enhanced to full screen mode, the trip screen is next, where mileage and MPG can be found, then an option to alter the display to see consumption info on the left and driving style info on the right. Next is mileage, then the consumption and driving style information screens seen before but now presented separately. Moving to the next option, we find controls for the DAB digital radio, with the station information and icon displayed centrally, then media for device connectivity. After this, the user comes to styles and display, where classic, sport, understated and standard display styles can be chosen from. Finally, we come to service, which provides information for AdBlue, tyre, service schedule and Assist Plus. Now moving to the left display, the first option is the speedo with fuel level below, then a clock, then current day trip info followed by overall trip info. Trip itinerary follows it, and finally Bluetooth device connections. The circular display on the right shows information for engine revs with engine temperature below, real-time consumption information, driving style information, sat-nav and G-force meter. As mentioned before, this screen is controlled using the button array to the right of the wheel, in particular the touch-sensitive black button. We can now move to the main infotainment screen to the left. Phone connectivity options are first, followed by the sat-nav that can be pinched and zoomed out of, as well as manually moved around. This system also has a new augmented reality mode, where a front camera presents an image of the road ahead on the driver's screen, and sat-nav information is overlaid onto it. As part of the new MBUX system, destinations can be spoken into the car's navigation system easier than ever before. Next is the FM and DAB digital radio, which can be easily scrolled through. Bluetooth and audio connectivity for media follows. As the premium pack has been chosen, the car comes with a 64-colour configurable ambient lighting system. Here I work through some of the multicolour presets, although you can choose more freely. Vehicle info provides information on driving and consumption. Next, Mercedes Me and apps can be used to quickly navigate to local cafes, restaurants and hotels. Finally, the settings screen can be used to adjust ESP, assistance, lights, towing preparation, parking sensors and more. The car also features an integrated reversing camera that flips out of the rear when the car is placed into reverse. The guidelines twist as you turn the wheel with a split screen here, but you can also choose a full screen approach. In addition to the controls on the left of the steering wheel, the infotainment system can now be controlled using the new map-feeling trackpad, which can be depressed or clicked in certain areas to select or return. Now moving away from the screens, I'll first show you how the new ambient lighting system wraps around the dash from the doors. The cowl has been removed from behind the steering wheel, which provides more visibility and also a more smooth dash. Below the central screen are 3 new air vents that feature an ambient lighting strip inside. Below is a central array for the dual zone heating and ventilation system, in addition to front and rear demist. Under these buttons is a concealed storage area that also has 2 cup holders and device connectivity. The new trackpad and direct access buttons are behind. To the left, we start with the dynamic select controller for changing through driving modes: Eco, Comfort, Sport and Individual. Camera, Vehicle Info and Favourites are next. The trackpad and its leather handrest are central, with the volume scroller, nav and map, radio and media, and telephone connectivity to the right. Moving back, the button on the front of the leather armrest can be depressed to reveal a central storage area with device connectivity. On either side, we find the manually adjustable AMG line leather and microfiber sports seats. Manual controls can be found to the side, the front and underneath. The section just below the headrest is fitted with a light strip for extended ambient lighting. This also extends down to the central column and footwells. We can now take a look at the rear of the cabin. The door moulds have been formed to allow easier ingress and egress. And the rear bench continues the AMG line half leather, half microfiber with red contrast stitching found in the front. The doors do not come with the extended aluminium section found at the front, but do come with window controls, speakers and ambient lighting. It is easy to get in, although it initially feels quite tight. One forgets this car sits in the compact category. Looking down, there's a net storage area. Centrally, there are 2 further air vents with small storage area underneath and device connectivity. There are 2 main AMG line sport seats on either side, once again with ambient lighting towards the top. Centrally, there is also a smaller third seat, but here the optional central armrest with dual cup holders has been chosen. Now we've finished on the rear, we can focus on the car's remaining storage capacity and final features. At the front and on the passenger side, there is a large illuminated glove compartment. At the rear, the boot has been ergonomically redesigned to make it more user-friendly, with 20 cm width and 11.5 cm length enhancements. It can also now carry more, as its overall volume has been increased by 29 litres to 370 litres. Additionally, the seats can be folded to enhance this further. The floor can be pulled up to reveal a pump, medkit and safety triangle. There was no auto open or close function on this model, although I'm sure there will be on other cars. Back inside, the large leather upholstered sun visors have illuminated vanity mirrors. Centrally, we find controls for the white LED reading lights and SOS call and beacon, with an integrated sunglasses case ahead. The auto-dimming rear-view mirror is further forward and provides good visibility. So that concludes my in-depth tour of this 2018 Mercedes-Benz A180D. Thanks again to Mercedes-Benz Ascot. Please find all their contact details in the description below. Please subscribe for the latest content, and until next time, thanks for watching.